Well, I see that we have a quorum, so we can get this meeting started finally. I don't know what to say. This is just beyond the Ken. So, and Ken, thank you so much, and Rick and Michael. It's just unbelievable. This is a great honor, and not somewhat, but absolutely overwhelming. I can't believe I'm in the company of such an accomplished group of people as Ken and Betty and Rick. Can you imagine being in practice for 59.37 years like Ken? I'm just shy of 30 years in practice and am intimidated by 30 more years. On the other hand, 30 years more is a pretty good life sentence, you know. So, I'm not the multitasker that Betty is. It's hard to get the image of Betty multitasking in the shower out of my mind since last year. I'm lucky to have washed behind both ears when I get out of the shower. So, but what I realized was, I thought was my multitasking was really just ADD. You know, I mean, fortunately that works pretty well in a disciplinary practice. And Rick, you heard me last year. You know, I will never catch up. However, I have taken your advice to get quiet and listen more deeply, and I now turn off NPR every once in a while. I gratefully and humbly accept this award. But as we all know, that my accomplishments have only been possible because, as the saying goes, I stand on the shoulders of giants. I have worked with people of heroic proportions. Actually, I represent the collective effort. Honestly, the only thing I have done alone is to drive to and from Portland about 1,000 times by myself. Being an OAMP wonk is not environmentally sustainable. I've been in the profession at such a marvelously fortuitous time. I was lucky enough to meet some of the giants: Bastyr, Boucher, Fleming, Harmon, Broadwell, the Farnsworths, Stober, Turska, Ralph Weiss, and many others. They inspired me. Their faith in and dedication to our work was nearly unimaginable. I know the heroes of the present as well. When I came to NCNM, amazing people like Bruce Canvasser, Ravi Sani, Alan Hedges, Ed and Elena Hoffman-Smith, John Dye, Michael Ancharsky, Jim Sensnick, Terry Davis, Bill Tribe, Daniel Lamar, and others had already made the commitment to the profession that was not only inspirational, but a real daily presence. Because of the naturopathic giants, past and present, our profession has turned the corner from life and death to growth and validation. Woo-hoo. Yet at one time, we felt like we could be crushed and swept away at any moment. There is and has been a strong sense of community and purpose bigger than any of us, carried from our past, that sustains us. We had and still maintain an ideal that prevails, and it's exciting. The old gang here tonight might be shaking their heads. WTF, Kevin, really? Normally, I talk like Rahm Emanuel, and I'm pretty irreverent. I have been grateful to Ann Walsh, and before her, Kathy Soderstrom, for sanitizing my public meeting comments when transcribing the meeting. And Nick knows that I live to just make him cringe with my inappropriate comments. I was not that serious, not at first. Not that sold on naturopathy or NCNM. I even quit NCNM once to reevaluate my decision. Yet nothing fit my life and interests except for naturopathic medicine. And eventually I understood that. I have not always been a believer in destiny, but I feel that I was guided to this life somehow. That it was bigger than me, and that if I would just relax and go with the flow, everything would be all right. And so it has been. And I have become very serious, not about myself, but about naturopathic medicine. Many people in this room could and should be standing here. among others, Michael Bergkamp, who almost single-handedly brought another state into our fold. Maggie Beeson, Tori Hudson, Jared Zepp, Stephen Bailey, Rita Bettenberg. Furthermore, Russell and Leva, Jim Massey, Bruce Canvasser, Ken Rifkin, Corey Resnick, Ed Alstat, and so many others have started companies that gave us tools to do our work and help fund our endeavors. And if you want to know about naturopathic medicine, really, talk to Bill Levine. He's been around forever. SSL, Rich Barrett, Cheryl Estlund, Marcus Miller, Don Krushwitz, David Schleich, Susan Hunter, and so many others have helped make NCNM the school that we can be proud of and utilize to our political endeavors. I could spend the whole evening just listing all the amazing folks who have contributed to our collective success. I'm so gratified to see several of my preceptor students here as doctors. They survived my indoctrination, my browbeating, to step up and contribute. For example, Patrick Chapman is a board member. All I have ever asked is that we all contribute in some way at some time. Being an ND is not just practicing medicine, it is a political reality. I have to say that in addition to all those who contribute to the profession, I would not be here tonight without the support of Jan and Nick. Jan was there with me at many, many OMP meetings. As our